I always think back to, I'm going to make a football analogy, but like how important is an elite running back in the NFL, right? Like how
Oh,
important is it to have individual SKUs that just absolutely perform and deliver? They do that every single time. If they put an item out there, it's going to do more than 15 million. Like they just know what their members want and they're going to deliver that. So I like the consistency in the strategy too. They've had the same strategy for, over 20 years, and that's impressive. They have the institutional knowledge to back that up. So I love that. From a sleeper perspective, I think Sam's Club is getting over the fact that for decades they had no standard for what members mark meant. They're
right.
getting over that. They're bringing it all together. It's going to take them, I think, 5 to 10 years to really, get over that. But they're doing social media and marketing on Members
Yep.
Mark in a way that's
Yes.
much better than anyone else's. And so, you see it in so many social ads and my reels of recipes. And so I think that they're doing a really good job there. So far, I would guess maybe I would call it a sleeper in Members Mark and what Sam's Club is doing there. I like what Walmart is intending with Better Goods. I think the longevity of the execution and strategy is what's going to matter. Feels like they went like one or two steps too far with some of the items and flavor profiles. Like I don't know if figs in a blanket is needed at Walmart. It's delicious, but so I think that there might be a couple, pivots and steps there, but there are some items that they chose that were phenomenal from a data perspective. Like from an insights and data perspective, someone was in deep and they made some great decisions. So I think that they're getting that consumer in the building and they're going to keep them with what they're doing with Better Goods. So I think that's great. Target is doing some really cool things in seasonal. Like they deserve some kudos for going up. I don't know that you can necessarily call Target David versus Goliath, but what they're doing in seasonal with candy is really cool. They're going into what,
Mm.
like your 3, 4 of this strategy of having my favorite day be a staple in seasonal. They're doing fun things. And I'm gonna quote my 8-year-old. She told me the other day, "Can I do what you do? But I want to do it at Target so I actually like what I sell." So, they've still got that consumer there. They're coming with fun, trendy things. And I like that. I do think, to Brandon's point, there's some strategy alignments and some things with Omni that they need to focus on to bring that home. But yeah, and I wouldn't say that there's necessarily like big losers. I think there's some strategies within Target that they've got to align on. They talked about the great performance of beauty, which is the one category that they don't over-index in own
Right.
brand on.
Right.
So the dichotomy of that was super interesting to me. So I think that there's some things that they can do there, and I'll be interested to see how Walmart pivots as the next year or two goes on with Better Goods, to really cement how I feel about that. But I think from a strategy perspective, I like where they're going with it.